And good afternoon. Welcome into the Chase and Big Joe show, live from the Omni Nashville Hotel down here at Kitchen Notes on what I think is an absolutely beautiful Thursday in America's Music City. Chase McCabe off. He's still at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. So the good doctor, Dr. Crane, has joined us live on site at the Omni Nashville Hotel. And Mr. Speaker, Connor Newt, back in the Busy Bee Studios. Dr. Crane, good afternoon, buddy.
Good afternoon. I'm outside the cage again, the glass cage that we call a producer's chair.
Yeah, I have the little leash. You see kids at the mall with their parents. So
I appreciate you taking it off for 3 hours.
It's not off. So if you try wandering out in the studio, in the restaurant to talk to people, I will just yank you back in here quickly to do that. Fun show planned for today. A lot of reaction from the Titans. Just wrapped up camp with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And depending on who you're talking to, it either was the worst practice for the Titans or it was okay for the Titans. It's funny because Dr. Crane and I were looking at a lot of the reports from the Tampa side of things, and you would think that the Titans were the bad news bears that rolled into town, that were the worst team ever. But there were some bright spots, some not so bright spots, and we'll talk about that throughout the day. This reaction, though, is from what we've gathered, it was okay.
Yeah, I think you can call it an even practice to some regard. I think defensively, you didn't hear a lot from the Titans into things. Defensively for the Bucs, it sounded like they had an all-star day.
Right.
Hassan Reddick, the first, throw for Cam Ward, he drops back and interception. So, that's something I'm worried about with Cam Ward. It's the slants. Everybody keeps reporting, Cam Ward threw an interception. It was a slant. Is that Cam Ward's factor where he's not growing as a quarterback?
Could be.
Because I think Cody Barton has picked him off 3 times in training camp. Again, I'm not at training camp. You've been there. When Cody Barton's picked him up, have they been slant routes?
Well,
have they been over the middle, I assume?
Somewhere, in the box. And that's like if you're running a slant route, I'm jumping that slant route immediately. Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl. I'm jumping this because you've got a short window to get the ball out to the receiver, and guys are jumping that route. And Cam had gotten lazy throwing that pass off his back foot, so he telegraphed it. So I don't know. I mean, we're seeing clips that come here and there, but he sounded like after practice they ran that press conference during Jake's show of kind of like, all right, it's day one, some good, some bad. We'll see what goes on. I tweeted out earlier, I'm not a fan of what he did when the teams were fighting. If you didn't hear that, allegedly Cam Ward from about 20 yards out fired a football into the middle of a scrum trying to hit a Tampa Bay player. Am I getting that correct?
That's what I heard. Connor Newt, is that right?
Connor Newt has left the building. All right, so okay, good. Yeah, that's it. Why don't you do 9 and let's talk to us? I'm kidding. I'm not a fan of that, and I tell you what, that's a great way to get your butt kicked at Saturday night. I mean, if you hit. There was an instance of me in football one time in college. I'm not going to say who the quarterback was, Jimbo Fisher, hit me in the crotch with a football on a busted play. Oh, man. What did I do the next play? I went right after him. I got kicked out of practice. So you hit me with a football. He throws a football. I think that, and now we say talk to him and say, don't do that anymore. Right. We could all laugh about it, and that's whatever. But I'm telling you, the Bucs going to remember that.
You know what? Again, I'll do a little counter to that. When I was in high school, Bruce Lucier, we had a phenomenal athlete out of school, like great linebacker, fullback, and he did something incorrectly. He goes, son, what'd you do wrong? I don't know, coach. We had a giant hill, and he went to me and said, go grab a stick and bring it back. He ran up there, grabbed the stick. He goes, good, now run a mile. It was just like so angry at him.
Yeah.
Just like,
Callahan's not going to do that to Cam Ward, but you should have talked to him about that and say, look, don't fire the ball in the middle of all that.
It's high school elementary stuff.
It is. That's a great point. And if you're frustrated, because the first play of practice, right, was interception?
Yeah, that's not right. Interception.
That's not good, right? That's not a good sign of things to come. But you're learning. Look, we knew this was going to happen with Cam Ward. I got no problem with that.
Yeah, and if people keep talking about the growth, it depends on what aspect of growth you want Cam Ward to really grow at. Do you want him to grow at being a good passer? It would be a good teammate. Obviously, you got to do all these at one time. But I think you got to really hone in on one thing right now to just establish your feet in the NFL.
Well, I mean, we know it's going to be a learning curve for him, and there's a lot of things going on. It seems like Tampa, though, kind of had its numbers today.
Yeah, and maybe that's what Brian Callahan and Art Wilson were trying to do last week with, throwing the kitchen sink at him. I mean, like I said, you were at training camp. They were bringing every blitz package. They were bringing everything first
Yeah.
days. And Cam Ward, what he said in the press conferences was, everyone's coming fast at me. I'm learning fast. I'm learning fast. He said the same thing today. I'm learning fast. Everyone's coming at me fast. Well, is there a way to slow that down for a young quarterback?
No, there's no way. I don't think so. But
Well, then that's when you got to put another quarterback. I think you got to put Brandon Allen or Tim Boyle in. And I heard Corey Kurtz before he went off the air with Jake Lyons, they showed, by the way, next man up. That maybe Tim Boyle is like a mastermind breaking down plays. Or he might be a coordinator somewhere down the line. Possibly. Put in those quarterbacks that are comfortable in the pocket. Because right now, Cam Ward's not. He needs to learn from somebody else to see what he's really doing wrong.
all right. So if I had a problem with my plumbing in my house, okay?
Sorry.
And so I'm just saying, for example, right? And I call a plumber, he's going to fix it, right? But the plumber's like, all right, here's $1,800. You need to pay me $1,800. When I can go on YouTube and fix it myself, okay? I got to learn. Cam Ward needs to learn. Throwing Brandon Allen and Tim Boyle in, to me, doesn't help his development.
I think. Listen, I get where you're coming at. I'm one that likes to learn with my hands and, like, you know, I'm a hands-on type guy. I get that. But sometimes it's okay to take a step back and watch somebody else.
Okay.
I think that's what Cam Ward needs right now. I get the whole chemistry.
I'm with you on that one. They can run the 2s and 3s, but if this is your guy, put him in the fire.
Yeah.
All right, because we asked last week about how did you learn how to swim? I mean, that's a great question. How did you learn how to swim? Who threw you in the pool? Swimming trainer.
You put an airhead on the other side of the pool that goes swim. Went back inside of the edge and got up, wrapped the airhead. That's beside
Maybe that's our question today. How did you learn how to swim? I mean, we've got other questions, but how did you learn how to swim? My brother threw me in the pool and said, "Make it to the side." I was like 5. What happened? Made it to the side. You know, so I got to think with Cam Ward. And look, this is all new for us. You know, we went through Mariota in 2015. We did Vince Young in 2006, McNair in 95. I mean, you've got to get these guys ready to go somehow. Now, McNair had the advantage of sticking for 2 years. He sat. Vince Young did not in 06. Mariota did not in 15. Jake Lock, he did. He didn't play a single down in his 2011 season. Yeah, Matt Hasselbeck played.
I forgot
It didn't help him at all. But now we got Cam Ward. He's your first overall pick. So now you learn trial by fire, man. I don't learn by sitting on the sideline.
I get the whole baptism by fire. Maybe the video aspect. Maybe after.
Don't say it. 2 things I hate, people. Mental reps.
I'm not going to say mental reps.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to say mental reps. Jot down your notes. Not mental reps.
No.
You're learning on a piece of paper. You're writing down. Maybe it's one of those type of quarterbacks where you got to get pen to paper, draw it out,
Sure.
and memorize it. Maybe that's the way things go. Because I'm one of those people. I write it down. Oh, I remember it better. Maybe that's it.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of question marks around Cam Ward right now, especially from games.
Is that good? I think it's good because he's not bad. I mean, we know he's Cam. He's a good quarterback, but I think it's fine. But I think today was telling, and you just can't throw the ball in the middle of the scrum. And he said, when I was aiming at red jerseys, I'm not a fan of that.
You know, that shows obviously immaturity. It shows he was defeated. Would you agree with that? It shows he was defeated.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe it's like I'm gonna help my team out without helping my team out. If you really help a team out, get in there and start fighting people.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Cam Ward got in there and started swinging haymakers?
You know, there was a video with John Gruden, I guess after the practice. He was like, Gruden's like, we got somebody's jersey or something. So maybe they're talking about the fight. I don't know.
Maybe Gruden was getting kind of demonstrative with
They're
it.
like, hey, kid, grab your jersey.
Oh my goodness! I just think if it was those just joining us, Cam Ward, there's a big fight after. Fight might be a strong word.
Tussle.
Yeah, and then he fired a football into the middle of all that. That is not a good thing, man. I'm telling you, it's not a good. That's a young guy. But you know, if he went over there and got into the tussle, if Cam Ward did, Callahan would come out of nowhere and tackle him.
You think?
Hell yeah, I'm tackling my quarterback. You start one hit, you break your hand, and you're done, and you're out for 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, can you imagine that if that happened?
Yeah, but also too, I think you earn a little bit. I mean, I get it. The players around already earned the respect for Cam Ward. I think it just add a little bit more to it. I don't know if he still needs to earn the respect of his players around him. I don't think. But I mean, if he did, I think he just add a little bit more.
Okay. Oh, I mean, so much. All right. So we're going to do that question?
Yeah, let's do it.
We had another question, which was great reaction-wise, but our question today is, how did you learn how to swim? Because we're talking about throwing Cam Ward in there. How did you learn how to swim? 615-737-1025 on our text line. Please call or text. We'd love to hear from you. Connor Newt is our producer today. Mr. Speaker, how did you learn how to swim? Okay, so you got in the pool and went and cried like a little baby. We all cried, right? But you learned how to swim, right? So you got it done. I'm proud of you, Connor, for that. You're welcome, buddy. So yeah, that's our question. How did you learn how to swim? We're curious because we'll bounce it off of what Cam Ward, the Titans, did today. We got a fun show for you today, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Vince Gill will join us at 12:30 today. Is he Mr. Nashville or is he Mr. Country Music? I'm gonna go one side. I think Mr. Country. He's probably can be both.
He can be both.
I think he's the ambassador for country music. If they did a cabinet position, he's the ambassador to country music.
That's kind of like a Mount Rushmore.
He is. Yeah, he took over for Glenn Fry passed away. Glenn Fry's son jumped in there, but Vince is part of that too as well.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think he's the ambassador. Ambassador is good. That's another question for another day too. It's like, what country would you like to be ambassador to?
Oh, yeah.
Give me Tahiti. Where would you go? Probably some dark place like Ireland or Scotland, right? Is that a country?
It's a small country. Yeah, it's like the smallest country in the world, I think.
Is it really?
San Marino.
I didn't look that. I thought Liechtenstein was.
Well, I think
Vatican City. That's right.
A small country, but like inside of Italy, Vatican City is San Marino.
That's a country?
Yeah.
San Marino. Now, I like Dan Marino. He's probably my favorite quarterback of all time.
Dan Marino's something else.
We got all kind of questions today. A lot of fun. All right, so we're off and running. Texas, text us. How did you learn how to swim? We're curious. How did you learn how to swim? Basically, who threw you in the deep end when you were a kid to learn how to swim and much more? Vince Gill, 12:30. All reaction from Titans camp. We're trying to effort our good friend Paul Carhart. He's slammed. He's busy. Paul will be on Robbie and Rexo tomorrow. I know that, but we'll try to get Paul later on from Tampa to get some more clarification of what exactly happened now. And by the way, Jarvis Brownlee was jawing with a bunch of Bucs fans.
Yeah, apparently the Bucs fans instigated it. Jarvis Brownlee was like, all right, I'm going to go into this. And then you had to be reprimanded for security and Titans coaches. Maybe it was a part of the 27 that was a part of the stuff.
I don't mind this.
Oh,
I don't mind Jarvis Brownlee going to kick some ass from fans. I don't mind that because it's Brownlee, right? I don't want your quarterback involving any scraps that are going on. I don't want him there. But we'll talk more about Jarvis Brownlee and doing that.
He had a rough last couple before you out. Lost his helmet, I think, and signing jerseys and stuff.
Brownlee did?
Yeah, I was listening to Jake and Corey. They're saying that Brownlee lost his helmet at one of the practices. A fan went off it. Yeah, someone stole it.
Stole his
Yeah.
Really at Titans practice?
Yeah, he put out a tweet about it and everything.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
Poor guy.
Oh,
He's
this-
having a rough 48
All right, this is great. All right, much more. Again, your text 615-737-1025. We're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel, right on the Chase and Big Joe show, 1025 The Game. It's the first day.
So the ambassador of the country music in Nashville, the guy that played 2 rock bands from Oklahoma.
Pardon you?
The guy that's the ambassador of the country music
Yeah.
in Nashville is the guy that's the leader of 2 rock bands from Oklahoma.
What's the other rock man? Poco or Luke Prairie League?
Well, yeah.
Oh, the Prairie.
There's
Prairie.
Pure Prairie League.
He was in a band back in the 70s. Kiss was coming in concert and their ocean was backed out. So they could have Vince Gill and his band, and they're out there, with fiddles and banjos. Everybody starts throwing fucking balls. They're all thinking, Kiss. He said he was in that documentary that Kim Burns did. He said they put him in the newspaper the next day saying, they sent Vince Gill and told the whole crowd to Kiss his ass. what I was thinking of. Yes, we should.
What about your little cute girl here last week? The hula
Man, I
hoop,
wish. Oh my God.
the hula hoop girl.
Yeah. With the skater.
Yeah, that's it.
I think, yeah. She's smart enough to realize I'm too old for her.
Yeah.
Plus,
I can do my Chase sneeze where it's out like that, and
and it's in his hand.
wipe it on your thing.
Is Chase really some kind of rock and roll fan?
It's better than saying he's off.
Oh, I love it.
I didn't know, man. You know,
I love it.
Yeah.
I even put that in a little thing I
Weird
send
shit.
out on the emails, Joe, that I sent out to everybody. And
Yeah.
the show recap. I put, yeah, Chase is on his fantasy rock
Love it.
camp. Everybody's like, what the hell?
He's like Kramer.
Yeah, there you go. Great show. I
Kramer
love
went to-
Seinfeld.
He went to, didn't Kramer go to
Baseball.
baseball camp, right?
Yeah.
He dusted Mickey Mantle back off the plate. I own it.
Let's see.
Vince is there tonight.
Oh, is he really?
Where
The Ryman? I guess his daughter's opening
Oh,
for
wait,
him.
that's right. I was going to get my dad tickets for. That's right. That's right. And I'm not getting
A credit card payment's due, Les.
at?
22222. Do you have the Brownlee stuff?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Written down. Yes.
Connor, you can turn that up, buddy. We'll play Vince all day long, man. Oh yeah. You can just don't sing. Voice of an Angel. That's such a great song. Vince Gill will join us here in about 15 minutes. We're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Vince will not be here. He's got the show at the Ryman tonight, Friday and Saturday. So we'll talk to Vince about playing at the home of country music, just down about 3 blocks away from us. So he'll join us on the phone. Big fan. He's always joined our show throughout the years, and we're very appreciative and grateful that he does this. Chase McCabe is off. He's at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, where he's hanging out with Cinderella, Skid Row, and Rat.
Right.
Yep. So yeah, we'll talk
I
to
wonder what they're doing today for their second day of camp.
probably drinking.
Is
A
that
lot of metal bands drink, yeah. So probably doing that. I don't know. Ooh, oh, that would be fun.
Then they paint them afterwards for arts and crafts.
Oh my gosh, this is the best rock and roll fantasy camp ever. So, so instead of that, Dr. Crane is with us here at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Connor Newt behind the glass. Titans wrap up their practice with the Buccaneers. We'll play the Cam Ward press conference at the top of the hour. Get his reaction what happened today. But the Jarvis Brownlee thing. So for those joining us, Titans defensive back Jarvis Brownlee had to be restrained by security and Titans brass from going up into the stands because was he getting taunted by Bucs fans or what was going on?
To the video, not video, but to the pictures, it looks like there was a rope that was kind of breaking in between. There was like a giant tent, and Jarvis Brownlee was being, I guess, jarred at from some fans and walked up there and then was reprimanded by security and Titans coaches. So,
What would make you go into the stands? They got personal.
yeah, if somebody says something about my grandma, my mom, or my grandfather, or my dad.
So family related, you'd go in the stands.
If somebody says something about my brother, just get the handcuffs ready. That's all I
Okay.
gotta say.
It's good to know that because I need to make you mad. I know who to talk about.
Don't you dare.
I need to do that.
One of these tables will be broken out.
I was at a Sounds game when Prince Fielder was on deck when he played for the Sounds, and there were 4 guys in front of me just berated him about his dad and gambling and losing money and leaving the family. And it got to the point where I said something.
Yeah.
Then others, because I still had a conflict, but it got personal. And then you could tell Prince Fiddler was turning around. And I was like, hey, man, I was having a good time. And I was like, yeah, man, you're hitting family now.
Yeah, you're crossing the line.
But that's the arena. I mean, that's expected, right? I don't know. I would have never done that myself.
No, listen, I get fans can be fans, but when you talk about family, that is crossing the line by all means. It doesn't even matter if it's sports, non-sports, you can't cross that line. You just can't.
Yeah, I'm just curious of what would get him going, to get over there. There had to be something personal.
Yeah, because he was drawing back.
Yeah.
When he was being reprimanded from this video.
I mean, he played at Florida State. He's from South Florida. I mean, that's fine. You're terrible. The Noles suck. I mean, you could rip on his alma mater because right now Florida State does suck. So you can do all that stuff like that. But I think if you go and say something personal and deep, I'm coming after you right there.
And reading here from the Pewter Report on Twitter, it says Bucs wide receiver Amir Buka lined up as the X receiver as he crossed the middle of the field with the ball coming his way and got in all caps laid out by cornerback Jarvis Brownlee Jr. So I don't know, maybe that kind of encouraged him to make a big play. I don't know, but
was this before or after?
It's kind of the same timeline.
Are they in full pads today?
No, I think just uppers.
Okay.
Let's see, 11:17 to 2:59. Yeah, it's before the incident.
Okay, so he laid a dude out. I mean, what's the parameters? I mean, what's the don't hit a guy? Hit a guy? How do you not hit a guy?
I mean, I don't know where the video and or picture is of him laying out Amir Buka, but if somebody's putting in all caps laid out, I think we can kind of know.
I mean, if I'm a DB and you're coming across the middle, I'm going to lay you out.
Yeah.
Hard. I'm going to try to take your head off.
That's on the quarterback, by the way.
That's football.
Yeah.
But I think he caught the pass and then was going across the middle, not like in the
Yeah, it wasn't in the same time.
Because you can't. You can't hit a defensive. You can't leave your feet.
Yeah, can't leave your feet and hit a defenseless receiver.
I'm all about that. Yeah. But if you catch the ball and you take one step, I'm trying to lay you. And I would hope you do the same to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when I played, I went for everybody like knees and below. I know that's not really great when you're 5'5". You're gonna have to go low to win the battle.
That's what you tried to do?
Yeah. I played linebacker, fullback.
Okay.
That was my thing.
Hey, we got a phone call.
Oh.
Kenny the Mailman, 615-737-1025. Let's bring Kenny the Mailman on. Kenny, good afternoon. How are you, buddy? Okay. Yes.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
It is so, yeah. Mountain Smoke. We will. We will do that. All right. Thank you, Kid the Mailman. Opening for Kiss. Evidently, people in Oklahoma would if you want to come to see Kiss.
In Oklahoma?
Yeah, his hometown.
Travis is his hometown.
Yeah. We'll talk with Vince about that. The booing. I mean, that's just look. There's a case to get argued and jawing with people. You get booed. I'll all day long with that.
I just who would boo Vince Gill, man? That just doesn't sound.
Well, it's probably 1975.
But
I bet he was
still.
probably 18 years old or something.
Still, it doesn't matter. That guy has a voice of an angel, like you just said.
Would you go open for Kiss if they asked?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And they'd get booed off stage. I told you you're way too young for this. So in 1984, I've written about this extensively. Van Halen came to Municipal Auditorium, and this is February of 1984. They were the most popular band in the world. Number one album, number one song on MTV, number one video, the most popular band in the world in Municipal Auditorium. Very rarely does that come to your hometown. Autograph opened up for him. Turn up. So Autograph comes on stage. Immediately people start booing. A friend of mine up in the rafters of Municipal Auditorium throws the top of a pizza box. It goes down. It took about 30 seconds to get there. It hit the lead singer in the face. I'm telling you, you try that 50,000 times, you would never do it.
Oh, yeah.
You would never. We watch it. We're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like a paper airplane.
Yeah, and then it just the very last time it took straight off, hit the guy in the face. Autograph cusses us and leaves. We all cheer. We don't see Autograph. We're not there to see Autograph. We're there to see Van Halen. And walked off. And that was witnessed by about 9,000 people in Municipal Auditorium. So a beautiful moment. A beautiful moment. But again, Jarvis Brownlee, we got to figure this out.
Yeah, we gotta get BK get his boots on the ground.
So there was a great video though of somebody like Calvin Ridley.
Oh yeah, his double move.
I don't care if it's on the rookie DB or on your mom. That double move was pretty badass.
Yeah.
The video. He's a great Calvin Ridley, when inspired, is a top 10 receiver in the National Football League.
Yeah, his route running is definitely it separates it from other people in the NFL for sure. I guess the cornerback that we kind of diced up, his name is Roman Parodi out of Ohio. He's a rookie. So as a rookie should get diced up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. All right. Yeah. All right. We'll delve more back into the Titans throughout the end of the show. 615-737-1025. Our question of the day: how did you learn how to swim? There's a lot of you guys don't know how to swim on our text line. And I get it. I mean, that's just not, some people just don't learn. But I learned, and we all learned because we got thrown in the deep end. So how'd you learn how to swim? And if not, why not? That's our question of the day. Coming up next, Vince Gill will join us. We're live at the Omni National Hotel. This is the Chase and Big Joe show right here on 102.5 The Game. All right. Good luck, Vince. After the phone.
Good so far? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good show.
Jake, Jake taking notes. Jake, what's your last name? Steffegate? Steigelfest. Your sister followed me on Instagram. Did you tell her?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's an actress.
She's an actress?
Aspiring actress, yes. And yesterday commercial. Allison's commercial.
You're just not telling me this?
I'm telling the dude's guy, he's
so you're
good.
a big name. Oh, he's playing it. He's downplaying it now. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Steigelfest. German, right? Austrian.
I thought it was German originally also, but
Really?
yeah. So they're related, so.
So is it on your dad or mom's side?
That side, but none of the relatives inside.
Who's coming down, Les?
None of them are from Austria.
Smoking oak.
We got
They
interesting
got a
about
farm
it.
in Spring
Family
Hill.
ties or something,
They
but
sell like
yeah,
oak burger, you got a drugstore and restaurant.
Like I didn't know I have a little bit Scottish in me. I didn't
So,
know. I mean,
We
I'm
were
Irish,
supposed to do a video call
Italian,
this afternoon.
primarily Italian and Irish. I didn't know I had some Scotch in me.
And I had,
Yeah, my great grandfather.
she even be back yesterday, she said, yeah, it's never good, but I
Really?
heard back from her today. so.
Great place, man. I love that place. I have family that still live over there.
Did y'all have those people here for
That's
breakfast?
place in front of it.
You got your Italian shit?
Just all set up.
Yeah.
Not yet. I'm gonna try and get it. My grandmother's still alive. I'm gonna try to get it while she's alive because it's easier for processing. So if I can do that, that'd be great. So we'll see. I'm excited. What is this? Yeah, One More Last Chance. Great song. That was the music video where he was golfing.
Yep, with Rick Bird. Come on, Connor. Work your magic, buddy. Come on, Vince. Answer. God, you're so nervous.
Why?
He doesn't answer the phone.
He'll answer. He'll answer.
He's always so engaging.
It's freaking Vince Gill, man.
He called me back. I was sitting with Les when he called me.
Really?
Hey, Big Joe.
That's what he said.
You have a good Vince Gill.
Oh, I was right in the middle of
Oh,
it. Was
talking
Jake
to
on one
Jake?
side, what's on the other side?
Oh. Yeah, good Vince
Ask
Gill
Connor if he's
impression.
on the phone.
Hey, Connor.
They don't have an impression of Vince Gill.
Is Vince Gill on there or no?
Look, this guy's going backpedaling.
Oh my God, Vince Gill.
He'd be a good DB.
He'd be better than Jerry Sneed. He got better knees than Sneed.
Oh man, look at Les's gay hat. We like your hat.
Did you see him look over when you said that? He's like, "What?"
It's the same hat that Hannibal Lecter wore.
Do what, Les?
I just heard him say less. That's what I heard.
Oh man.
I mean, that guy should be allowed downtown with that trailer. It's like a 48-foot trailer on the back of a truck.
No, yeah. I mean, you got these giant high rises. You gotta get your
Still.
steel beams. You either do it in the afternoon or in the morning.
See if this guy makes it across.
How thin is it? In Nashville, wearing a Tampa shirt.
Oh my gosh.
Huh.
Come on, buddy. Make it across.
You need a video of that, Joe. That's the back
No.
cover.
Here we go. Oh, yes. Love this song. Welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show, our new time slot, 12 to 3. We are now official because of our next guest, the biggest star in our lives, we think it is. Welcome to the show, Mr. Vince Gill. Vince, good afternoon. Thank you for doing this, Vince. How are we? I'm doing well. Thank you. I know you have the big shows at the Ryman tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday, but man, thank you. You're the busiest man in America, are you not? Oh, that's great. All right, so let me ask you this. You've played the Ryman a million times. You still get butterflies? Oh my goodness. 3 shows Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. What is it about that place when you get on the Ryman? I know it's the history and everything, but what makes it special for you? Oh, that's great. That's great. Vince Gill with us. He's at the Ryman tonight, Friday, and Saturday. Please go see him out there. You know, Vince, it's crazy. There was a time that everybody wanted to tear that building down. Oh.
Vince goes with us here on the Chase and Joe show. Vince, throughout all your years of just music and playing the guitar, do you have a specific guitar playlist you idolize in some regard? Like you still have your first ever guitar when you were writing your first ever big hits. When you look at country music today, it's obviously evolved from, back in the beginning of your career. I guess looking at it now, it just is almost more of a hip hop country. Do you prefer that, or do you wish kind of country music would kind of come back to its original roots in some regard?
I love it. Country music superstar Vince Gills with us. Vince, the greatest story ever told on ESPN 1025 The Game was when you had to sing the national anthem at the World Series and your monitors went out. Will you please retell this story? Because I'm telling you, it is one of the greatest stories of all time. Oh, that's the it's just the greatest story. How far did you push the limo? Oh, God. Even a foot's enough to push a big ass limo like that. My goodness. Oh, that is so. So when you sing the national, I mean, do you get nervous? Because I would. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh my goodness, I would too.
Vince goes with us here on the Jason McJoe Show. Vince talking about the national anthem. What about Chris Stapleton's national anthem at the Super Bowl? I think that goes down as one of the best, right? Yeah, kind of switching things into sports a little bit about golf. I don't know if you saw that Happy Gilmore too. I was kind of looking for a Vince Gill cameo. Where was that?
Yeah, right. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it is what you expect it would be. Happy going and all that stuff like that. Talking about the golf hole that goes on. I want to go back real quick. When you said one of the first things you did with the Eagles, you were at Dodger Stadium, and you guys were following Steely Dan. Is that correct? And then you're like, it was a moment you said to us, me and Greg Pogue, a couple years ago. You were like, oh my gosh, it's happened. You wish for that moment, and now it's happening. You're like, oh my God. I can only map what the nerves were at that moment. Right. Yes, that was it. That was it. I think it's great. And believe me, on this side, nobody's complaining. We think it's wonderful. I did see a clip with you, Vince, talking about you were doing sound check and you were doing your own sound check whenever you come around. And Don Henley said, what is that? And you said to him, I don't want to play that because I don't want to give anybody else another reason to hate me.
Vince, last one from me. Have you had any run-ins with Willie Nelson throughout your career? You have any good Willie Nelson stories?
Oh, that's awesome. One more. I told you this before, but years ago I was shooting the Belmont basketball game, and you and Kevin Stallings, I don't know if you got tossed out of the game or whatever, but the official berated you. I had the video. I sent it to ESPN that night, and that was the lead story on ESPN was Vince Gill and Kevin Stallings giving an official to Belmont basketball game all they had. It was just a great moment because you guys were having fun. The official didn't know what the hell was going on because Vince Gill's on his ass. It was one of the greatest moments I've ever seen in sports. Right. Oh, it's so good. The video was great because it's like 5 minutes. You guys wouldn't stop. And then I don't think the ref recognized it was you at the beginning. And then he did. And I was like, oh, then it got even better because you kept on. It got worse for you. And the ref recognized you. It was just a great moment, I think, in Nashville sports history. Yes. Oh, that's great. That's great. Vince, man, we think the world of you at the Ryman tonight, Friday and Saturday. I'm sure it'll be sold out, man. You're the best, and we love you. Thanks for all you do, and thanks for coming on today, Vince. We appreciate you, man. All right, Vince Gill, the great Vince Gill, joined us here on the Chase and Big Joe show, and he's the ambassador. That's his new nickname, the ambassador.
What's his birthday ring? What does he charge for birthdays? We asked him about that question yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's okay. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
So you did take your dad to see him.
Yeah, I can't tonight.
It's Friday and Saturday.
Oh, we're out of time.
Real quick, Connor, is Blair Durham still on the line? All right, bring him on. Blair Durham is going to join the line. We love Blair Durham. Blair, welcome to the show. How are you, buddy? Thank you. Right. Oh, that is great. I mean, you know him well. Blair, I mean, the guy is he says yes to everything just about. Oh, that's amazing. Blair, thanks for sharing that, man. Thank you, buddy. All right, thank you. That's Blair Durham calling in, right? We got it roll. Vince Gill, Blair Durham.
I mean, can it get any better?
I don't think it can. So we're going to go silent air for another 2 hours till DVD takes over. Connor Newt, thank you for organizing that. We appreciate you. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with more. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Got it. Good job.
That was awesome.
Oh, man.
That was freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Jacob sweating like a pig, man.
So many people go to Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Are you Jewish? Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
Stephen Google's Jewish?
It's Austrian. That's what he just said.
You're Jewish?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Do you know Schwarzenegger?
Stipend
I don't
fest.
know. But
He's not Jewish, though, is he?
Austrian?
His dad was, I think his dad was a Nazi. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm being true. I think he was an SS member.
Yeah.
as long as he is.
Yeah. Les, do you know Jake? Oh, yeah, you saw him the other day at our event together.
Met him out there, yeah.
So here's the deal. Vince Gills never once sent a text. He told me years ago, he said, don't text me. I don't check text. I'll call you back. I was like, God, how rare is that?
I love that.
My father. He didn't even text anybody. He still has a flip phone.
Yep. I do in high school. I did an experiment. I don't know what class it was for, but I didn't trade in my phone. Deactivated it. I got a flip phone. And it had like the walkie-talkie on the side of it, so you click it. Whoever has that same phone can do a walkie thing.
Yeah, Intel or
Yeah.
remember the Nextel.
Yeah, Nextel. That's right.
So I did an experiment, and it was like, do you have more valuable conversations with somebody when you actually talk to them on the phone rather than texting? And I got more reception, obviously, with the talking to
Oh
somebody.
yeah.
It was a great experiment. Because then some of those people that would normally text me called me. And I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
More interaction.
Well, sometimes that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, instead of somebody being like a keyboard warrior and telling you off,
Yeah.
they'll call you, you know, or they won't call you.
See, that's a fine line when you interview him.
You
Because I'm
can.
sure everybody asked about the Eagles, but I want to hear some stories about him. Woo! Young Dr. Crane, that song right there will bring a tear to a glass eye.
Sure will.
Welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show. Short segment here as we'll reset at the top of the hour. Many thanks to Vince Gill. Thanks for Blair Durham for hopping on the show. You never know what's going to happen on the Chase and Big Joe Show.
You don't. It's like
You
a Roman
don't.
candle. You don't know what color's coming out.
You just don't know what's going to happen, right? To all that goes on. Connor Newt, great job of arranging everything back in the studio. We certainly appreciate you. By the way, Connor Newt, because Dr. Crane, you're off tomorrow.
Right.
Connor Newt's going to join me on the show for a little bit tomorrow.
It's going to be great.
Connor is, you there, Connor? Yeah. Connor is a young man. He's bitter. He's edgy, and I love it.
He brings the pizzazz.
Right?
He does.
Yeah. We're all bitter at some point, man. The sooner you realize that you're bitter, the better it is.
But you know what I say about dark chocolate? It's bitter but sweet.
There you go, pal. Dark chocolate sounds good, right?
It does sound good.
It does.
Dark chocolate Kit Kat.
Can you run? No, I'm not a Kit Kat guy.
Really?
No, I'm not.
Twix, Snickers,
None of that.
fun size.
Snickers is okay.
Okay.
I don't mind Snickers because it's energy, right? Doesn't it give you some kind of energy boost?
Yeah,
Allegedly, it does.
Some peanut butter in there, I think, or some just nuts or something like that.
Yeah.
We used to eat those at halftime for football.
Snickers?
Yeah.
I think I recall eating Snickers before camp years ago when I was in a
We
different
do
world.
honey and like graham crackers and eat those as bananas.
Really?
Yeah.
Bananas for cramps, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And pickle juice. And mustard packets. Oh man, we used to have mustard packets everywhere.
What the hell's going on? This is what you guys did at Father Ryan?
Yeah, mustard packets would help the cramping.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
But you also went to Pope John Paul, right? What is it with you Catholics, man? Us Protestants don't do that.
We don't want cramps. I don't know what to tell you. We don't want cramps.
I remember the first time I told you something about Protestant Catholic, you're ready to fight me, man. You're
No.
like, what in the world? I was like, we're all on the same team, just in different rooms.
Exactly.
That's it. All right, we will reset here. Top of the hour. If you did not hear from Cam Ward about his performance today versus the Buccaneers, we'll play Cam Ward's press conference that just aired about an hour and a half ago. We'll play that for you next as the Titans wrapped up their one and only joint practice with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You'll hear that next. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel on 102.5 The Game. I love doing it. People get mad. You can't. All right, welcome back to the second hour of the Chase and Big Joe Show, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Chase McCabe off at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. Dr. Crane in for Chase. Mr. Speaker, Connor Newt behind the glass as hour two begins here at the Omni Nashville Hotel. The Titans wrapped up their one and only joint practice with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As we said earlier, depending on who you follow on social media, the Buccaneers are going to win the Super Bowl based off today's performance. The Titans are the worst team ever, or the Titans are going to win the Super Bowl and the Bucs are the worst team. Dr. Crane, your thoughts?
I think it's a little mixture of that, but I think the Bucs are a pretty good ball club, defensively, that is. I think we're really seeing the best out of them because you're not going to see a lot of it on Saturday from what Todd Bowles said. Not a lot of the stars are going to play. So I might as well bring it all for the first practice.
Some of the highlights from camp today, there was a scuffle at the beginning of practice, Jeffrey Simmons. And the video that this Tampa Bay guy sent out said that Jeffrey Simmons got handed his butt. But Jeffrey Simmons bull rushes the Tampa Bay guy back to the dummy, the quarterback, the dummy. And the guy got a hip toss and threw Simmons down, didn't like it, got up, and they started fighting, which is fine. But he did not get mauled.
It was a simple hip toss.
Yeah.
I don't know why people were freaking out about Jeffrey Simmons. It was just a simple hip toss.
Yeah, it was. So I just he didn't get mauled. So there's a few high moments, low moments. It's like a joint practice is. Cam Ward's first drop back pass was an interception. That is never good. But, hey, it's a joint practice, so you'll learn and go on. Now, what we talked about later on, there was a scuffle towards the end of practice, and Cam Ward allegedly, well, I guess he said he did it, so it's not allegedly anymore, hummed a football in the middle of the scrum, and he said he was aiming for a red jersey. Anyway, practice is wrapped up for them down in Tampa. They'll hit the field Saturday night in the first preseason game. Here is Cam Ward, his entire press conference after today's joint practice with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Do you hear my mic? I didn't hear
Yeah.
I didn't hear myself. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. This headset.
Make sure Connor heard you.
Huh?
Make sure Connor heard you.
Yeah.
Text him.
Hey, Joe. Joe.
So
Damn. that's going on. The reactions coming in on the text line about Cam Ward today to see what's happening. Adam in Portland's a little upset that we're going to block him.
We're not going to do that to you, Adam.
Justin in Greenbrier says, what am I, chopped liver? I text him at least 2 or 3 times per show. Truthfully, if another player on the team wants to mix it up, I don't have a problem with it, but Cam Ward doesn't need to do it. Thank you, Justin from Greenbrier. If you're just joining us, Cam Ward at the end of practice today, or sometimes at practice, the Bucs and Titans got into a little scrum, and Cam Ward, about 20 yards away, fired a pass. And the more I say about it and think about it, the more funny it is, I guess.
Yeah.
He tried to hit. They asked him. He said, "I was aiming for somebody in a red jersey," which was the Bucs jersey. But I mean, it was 104 degrees. I saw Jim Wyatt's tweet after practice, or it felt like 104.
Right.
I'm frustrated. I want to make a name for myself. I'm going after Cam Ward.
Yeah. If you're a rookie that's undrafted on the Bucs roster, make a name for yourself. Either you're going to get cut immediately, or they're going to keep you. One of the two.
Hey, why'd you get cut? Well, here's what happened.
Went after the number 1 overall pick.
And I went and just think, I mean, does Cam take off running? You don't want your quarterback fighting. I don't want Cam Ward fighting anybody at all.
Yeah.
There was a guy, and I think Willie knows this story. There was a top prospect for the Yankees, a guy named Brian. You can look him up, Brian Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like left-handed from North Carolina, was the number 1 pick in baseball. I mean, the guy he struck everybody out. He was in minor league baseball. His brother went to a bar one night and got in a brawl. So Brian jumped in the brawl and broke his left hand.
Oh, my.
Like in every way possible. Look up, I think it's Brien Taylor. And broke his left hand. I don't think he ever pitched in the major leagues because his hand didn't heal back right. Now, I know that's an extreme case.
Right.
But it did happen. And I don't think they want Cam Ward instigating any kind of fight. Because I'm telling you, I've done it before. I'm going after you. Did it pop up?
Yeah.
Brian, what does it say about him?
Brian Taylor did not play professionally. Let's see. He's 53 years old. Bats left, throws left. What else we got here?
It should say about his fight. To say,
yeah, I'm not seeing anything about a fight here, Joe.
Derailed. Oh, I remember the story.
I believe you. I believe you.
You better believe me, pal.
I mean, you haven't been wrong since '84.
I have not. I'm going to look this up. Brian Taylor, for those who remember.
But in the meantime, while you look that up, Joe, some bright spots about the training camp today, joint practice, that is. Cam Ward specifically mentioned that the young wide receivers were real physical. And there's been some stuff already. I know we talked about Alec Iman in our last segment, but it seemed like he had a really, really good day. I mean, his double moves looked really nice. Just overall, a guy with that stature and just dicing up defenses with your route running, that dude's going to be a problem.
How did you – I popped it. It came right up.
Well,
we got to get you a new computer.
Yeah.
Brian Taylor was from East Catteray High School in Beaufort, North Carolina. Doing incredible things in baseball, drafted by the Yankees. First overall pick in the 91 baseball draft by the Yankees. 98-mile-per-hour fastball. Senior season, struck out 200 hitters in 84 innings, which is crazy. Let's see. He got a nice paycheck there, and then he went to a bar fight. His brother was in a fight, and he helped out the fight. And the next thing you know, on the evening of December 18th, 1993, Taylor was at a bar with his brother and a friend when a fight broke out. The story goes that he stepped in to protect his brother, was picked up and slammed to the ground, injuring his left shoulder in the process, and tore the capsule and glenoid labrum. Famed orthopedic surgeon Frank Jobe called it the worst injury he's ever seen. In addition to that, he was charged with misdemeanor assault stemming from the fight.
Man.
They evaluated him and said he would never pitch again.
Well,
the number 1 overall pick in the 1991 draft was destined for greatness. They picked Derek Jeter the next year.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees did. And this guy they said nobody could hit him. And derailed. Now, again, I get it. It's the extreme of that. But you go into a fight. Who's to say that he won't jump in a fight and start swinging, you break your hand?
It's all over.
Can you imagine? I mean, I know.
Well, then you're back to square one.
I know we don't imagine troubled. We don't think about imagined troubles, right? I get all that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, you got to be smart, Cam. You got a whole franchise who is hoping and praying that you are good.
Not just a franchise, the fans. These fans have been hungry for success after the whole Mike Vrabel window with John Robinson. They've been hungry for success. And now you have this. So just guys stay on the up and up. Can't go get any negatives from all this.
9777. Been working all day. Just got in the company truck for the first time hearing about this, and it's hilarious. Honestly, I've never heard of a quarterback doing that. Screw it. I like that he's got a dog in him. Okay, I mean, I get it. I don't like it, and that's the point. Thank you, 9777. Appreciate you for texting in. Caleb in Gallatin says, I'm worried about Ward's accuracy. You tell me there was a scrum with a bunch of red jerseys, and he wasn't able to hit one. Oh, man. Thank you, Caleb. Byron on the text line, 615-737-1025. This is great. Probably the text of the day. Byron says, I just want to know, was the spiral tight on that cam throw? That's all I need to know.
Well,
oh, man.
Back to the texture beforehand. He mentioned about, slants and just, those small, short passes.
Yeah.
I think that's something Cam Ward probably should lean on a little more often. We get it. He's got a great arm. He's thrown a lot of balls to Calvin Ridley down the field, Tyler Lockett as well. But you utilize your run game. I think everybody talks about the tight end being, the best option for a rookie quarterback, the best safety net.
Right.
For the Titans, that's always been run first for them. Well, why stray away from that? Everyone's like, you got Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears. That's a pretty good 1-2 combo in the backfield. Why not utilize that more often? I know, this is all passing game.
The running game?
Yeah, utilize the running game. And I understand this is all one-on-one, 7-on-7s. You're not really doing any heavy hitting for the most part. But when all the pads come on, when you got the thigh pads, your girdle, everything on, you got to utilize the running game.
I think they will.
It's going to just take off a lot more pressure off Cam Ward's shoulders.
I don't think it, but in a 7-on-7, 11-on-11, the run game's really
No, but at the same time, though, like the Antoine Winfield Jr., the safety, came in and blitzed off the edge. That's where you dump it off to Tajay Spears or Tony Pollard.
What did he do?
I think he threw it out. Let me read my notes here. Threw it out of bounds.
Okay, good. Throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. Throw the ball out of bounds. Throw the ball at his feet, whatever. Just get rid of the ball. But don't be dumb. Don't do a Levis, though, and throw the ball like
downfield.
Play.
Yeah.
Just get, or
don't play hero
It's
ball.
okay to take a sack sometimes.
It's fair.
I know it's like 3rd and 15 at the 30, get field goal range, you take an 18-yard sack. I get there's sometimes you don't want the sack,
right?
But take the sack. It's okay. You live for another play.
If you don't get bombarded.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with all that. So I get it, because remember we had John McClain on.
Yep.
And asked John, I said, John, on the field, who does Cam Ward need to make his best friend? Remember who he said?
I don't.
Tony Pollard.
Oh.
Because your running back needs to be your best friend.
Well, you know what? John and I have great minds that think
because that's
alike.
the dump-off guy. That's the guy that's going to pick up the blitz protection. That's the guy you need you could dump, because the tight end's going to be covered.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, the running back in the backfield is not covered, so he's open. He's your safety valve.
I know this sounds predictable, but obviously use Tony Pollard as your run, ground and pound running back, and Tajay Spears in your passing game. I know that makes it predictable, but when you got a guy like Tony Pollard who's coming off injuries, I think you just got to keep him to one thing. I'm not trying to say, close down some of his skill sets, but, just hone him in on one thing.
What's the one thing?
Just have him run the ball instead of, catch out.
Injured? Did I miss him being injured, Tony Pollard?
What he injured with Dallas?
But he rebounded for over 1,000 yards last year.
Just saying, injuries, they can creep up on you.
Stop doing that.
Sorry.
Stop. Again, suffer imagined troubles, man.
Yeah.
If I think I'm going to get injured, I'm going to get injured. Never once in my life while playing football did I think I was going to get injured. Did you?
No, until I found myself in an ambulance.
Okay, but you didn't go into that game thinking,
No.
be an ambulance.
No.
How'd you get in an ambulance?
I had a defensive lineman just destroy my body.
Well, what do you mean? Come on, now you're being very abstract.
Well, like I was on defense. Excuse me. It was an offensive lineman, right tackle. I went to go tackle somebody, barrel roll him, and this 300-pound lineman, I think it was Kane Ridge, fell on me. It was in a JV game, and I cracked my ribs, and I couldn't breathe. And the trainer came on, and she popped my back or something. And I was able to breathe again. I had to lay there for an hour.
What in the hell?
Yeah.
So why was the ambulance ride?
Because they thought I cracked my rib, and they thought I ruptured something, whatever.
You know, when you tell us, you know what I'm thinking about? The lack of mental toughness on your part.
Oh, don't worry. But you know what I did the next day? I had 2 exams I had to take. I came to school.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
And teachers
man.
were like, "Why are you here?" I was like, I have grades to get assigned here.
Yeah.
I got to get A's.
Were you able to breathe the next day?
Yeah, not great. I had a big old bruise on my rib cage on the left
Were you
side.
taped up or anything, or were you?
Yeah, I wore like a rib girdle, like one of those little girdle things.
How long were you out for?
I wasn't out.
My man.
Yeah.
Showed no weakness.
Yeah. So mental toughness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check again, buddy.
I mean, that's good for you to do that. But like you can see I have a bone that sticks out of my right hand. I got smashed between two helmets.
Yeah.
And broke my hand, and my hand didn't heal back correctly. You can see the bone that pops out, and there it is there. And so it was I loved it. I mean, I was like, I want to go back in. Like, you can't go back in. Your hand's broke. I'm like, I want to go back in the game. So I understand all that, but it was because I'm not going to go in and get throw a football in the middle of a scrum or anything like that. I'm not doing that.
No, sir.
So do all that. All right. Anything else you want to add from practice today?
No, I just seeing all the notes here, just a lot of physicality. Minus the scrumming going on, a lot of physicality, which is good. That's what a lot of people want to see. So if the Titans are pleased with it, then everybody should be pleased
Now,
with it.
here's why I have a problem with Brian Callahan speaking the next day. I'd want to hear from him after practice.
I have a problem with that too, Joe. The fact that he has too much time to analyze what happened in practice, I think it's a safety net for him so that he doesn't have to answer it on the fly. So he doesn't sound like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I wanted to hear. I think after a practice like today with the Buccaneers, I want to hear from him.
Yep, I agree.
And I don't want to wait till tomorrow to do that because it's like, oh, well, it's happened. And it's kind of moved on from all that.
Because something else could happen before that next press conference.
Yeah, I think it's important, but that's for those we're griping in the media. I understand all that because we want to hear from him, Brian Callahan. All right, we'll come back next. It's time for America's favorite game. What game's that, Dr. Crane?
Celebrity birthdays, and what day is it, baby?
Yeah, that's all next right here. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel, downtown Nashville. Hey guys, Big Joe here again. For the last 2 years, we've been on a mental health mission on the Chase and Big Joe Show. We tell you that if you are struggling, please talk to someone. I'm telling you, talk to someone. Talking to someone saved my life. And if you're in that dark place, I want you to know that help is around the corner. We are so excited that we have partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care, a wonderful place here in Middle Tennessee for you to get well, and it works. Here's all you got to do. Just go to GameNashville.com, our website, theGameNashville.com. Click on the Chase and Big Joe Show drop down, and there will be a link to Unity Psychiatric Care. So many have reached out to us over the last 2 years. Now we have a partner that cares about you. And listen, you do not have to go through it alone. I'm telling you, you don't have to go through it alone. You can call 1-888-508-8002. That is 1-888-508-8002 or unitypsych.com/Big Joe. unitypsych.com/Big Joe. Listen, we love you. We want you well. Again, go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe tab, and you'll see all the information for Unity Psychiatric Care information. Help is just around the corner. And again, you do not have to go through this alone. Welcome back into the Chase and Big Joe show here on 102.5 The Game. It's funny, my Apple Watch said, hey, you're doing a great job for your activity today. I haven't moved in like 3 hours. Does it just tell you to motivate you?
Mine always tells me when I wear it, goes, time for you to stand up, time for you to start walking. I was like, wow, I did that like 20 minutes ago.
Mine says you're achieving your goals today. Great job. I think my watch is delusional as I am.
Or are you just moving your hips in your seat? Or one of the two?
Nothing. I haven't moved here.
Huh.
You know, one time I did a show with Willie Donick. We had to do, for some reason, we did like a 5-hour show, and Willie didn't move.
5 hours.
It was something was delayed, and we got the other show wasn't on. Yeah. Anyway, we did this marathon radio. This is years ago, and Willie didn't move for 5 hours. And I said, Willie, I think you're a camel, because like camels don't go to the bathroom for like 4 days.
Right.
They go across the desert. I think Willie's a camel. He didn't go to the bathroom at all.
Maybe
I was amazed by that.
Maybe it's his
Because I'm
hidden
up
talent.
like every 30 minutes before I got my medicine.
Uh-huh.
We're getting personal now.
What, are you taking, a water pill? What's going on here?
No, I told you my A1C was higher than Willie Nelson. I had to bring that down. Ryan Callahan from Go Balls 24/7 is going to join us at the top of the hour to talk latest in the Tennessee Vols, what's going on in the camp. But before that, let's do it. It's time for What Day Is It? Celebrity Birthdays. There you go.
All right. Celebrity
Golly.
birthdays. It's good. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Jarrett Companies, Inc., the backbone of Middle Tennessee's construction scene since 1997. JarrettCompaniesInc.com, above and beyond industry standards. All right. First on the list today, it's some that are not a part of American culture, but Aged Care Employees Day, celebrated in Australia. Beach Party Day. So if you're at the beach, have a good old party. Cycle to Work Day. It's celebrated in the United Kingdom. National IPA Day, if you like drinking IPAs.
You know what? Pause.
Sure.
Can't stand IPAs.
Yeah, not a fan.
David James, you like IPAs?
I do.
Figures.
What? Whoa, what's that supposed to mean?
I'm just not an IPA fan. I just give me a good old domestic beer, man. I'm happy there.
There you go. With a little dirt in it.
What the hell's that?
It adds a little extra flavor.
Dirt?
Yeah.
You're insane.
You get minerals and whatever from it. Continuing.
All right.
National Lighthouse Day. You know, I actually went into a lighthouse that someone lived in. It's kind of cool.
Where?
In Italy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. National Sea Serpent Day.
Oh, what's a good sea serpent?
Like a seahorse? Isn't that a serpent?
No, it's serpent.
Yeah,
Name?
it's I guess you like electric eel. Wouldn't that be a serpent?
Can be, yeah.
I mean, there are water snakes.
Serpent's such a great underrated word. Like that guy's
Serpent.
a serpent. All right. Sorry.
Okay, you're good. Particularly Preposterous Packaging Day.
That's the 3 Ps.
Yep. Professional Speakers Day is today. Connor Newt's Day.
Connor Newt's Day.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mr. Speaker.
Purple Heart Day is today. Raspberries and Cream Day. And to wrap it up, that's it. Raspberries and cream.
Purple Heart.
Yep. Purple Heart.
Badasses.
Mhm.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. You got to get these within 2. David James, you excited?
A lot. Really excited. Yes.
Yeah, you didn't do good yesterday. That's all right, though.
It's okay.
You know what?
I'll do good this time.
You
Hopefully.
live for the next day, man. It's like anything else in life. You live for the next day. My computer is locked up on me, but before that, all right, here we go. It's moving around. Celebrity birthday. You know what's going to end me is pop-up ads.
That happened to me earlier.
4-way stops and pop-up ads will be the death of me.
Yikes.
4-way stops are brutal.
They're the
Nobody
worst.
knows what to do.
Yeah, because then you wave somebody, hey, come on, and they don't go, and the other person goes, and it's all out of sync.
It is. All right, here we go. First birthday, Wayne Knight Newman on Seinfeld. Dr. Crane, you go first because you're here. How old's Wayne Knight?
I'm going to go 72.
68.
70. That is a push in the middle of everything. By the way, my son-in-law is here, Matt, and he's making me nervous.
Oh, he's a great guy.
He is a
Mississippi
great
State
guy.
fan.
I
Man.
know, he is. Actor David Duchovny from The X-Files.
I'm going to go 64.
72.
65. Dr. Crane's on the board with 1. Got the early lead on David James. When you get the lead, he gets nervous.
Uh-oh.
Charlize Theron. Today's her birthday.
Charlize is 44.
48.
50. David
Ooh.
James on the board. We're tied
Yes,
at 1.
sir.
Good job. Well done. Clint Eastwood's daughter, Francesca Eastwood.
43.
52.
32. He's like 95.
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's way up there.
Garrison Keeler, humorist Garrison Keeler. Neither one of you know who he is, which makes this even better. Prairie Home Companion guy, Garrison Keeler.
I'm going to go 64.
I'm going to go 82.
Oh, he's 83.
Oh,
David James. You better not be cheating back there, David. Go
I'm
find
not.
out.
I swear. Honors code. Honors code.
Okay. Country singer Rodney Crowell, whose best friend is Vince Gill.
really?
Today's Rodney Crowell's birthday.
Let's go 63.
65.
75 years old. Singer Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden.
73.
75.
67. Lead singer of the Mavericks, Raul Malo. He's great voice.
Right.
Raul Malo of the Mavericks.
69.
66.
60. Going down here. Drummer Barry Kirch of Shinedown. Old Barry.
57.
48.
49. David James up 3-1. I like this.
Oh, boy.
All right, time for sports birthdays. Mike Trout.
Oh.
How old is Mike Trout?
30. 33.
34.
34 exactly. David James is beating you senseless.
Let's
He's
go.
5-1.
He's pulling my Price is Right trick.
We got 4 birthdays left.
I am. I am.
Hall of Fame member of the Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings, the great Alan Page.
64.
74.
80. Nashville's probably most hated athlete. Sidney Crosby. That's a good question of the day. Which athlete does Nashville hate? Sidney, how old is Sidney Crosby today?
38.
37.
38 exactly.
Bingo.
5-3. We got 2 left. Kyler Murray, quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals, Heisman Trophy winner, failed baseball player.
29.
28.
28 exactly. David James up 7-3. Last birthday, Dave, you could almost hit double digits here. Jalen Hurts.
He's got to be in that same realm. I'm going to go 28.
26.
Oh, he's 27. Split the difference. David James wins celebrity birthday 7-3.
Woo!
Loses yesterday 6-1. Wins 7-3.
Backs
David,
against the wall.
David, are you in tomorrow?
I'm not producing tomorrow, but I think it's Parker Kelly producing tomorrow. But I'll be in.
Okay. All right. Well, you get a chance to hit the weekend feeling good about yourself.
That's awesome.
Okay. All right. What's that button? Is he like pressing?
Yeah,
is that
pressing on and off for the mic. Yeah.
Oh, he's the best. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Ryan Callahan from Go Vols 24/7 will join us. We'll talk a little Tennessee Vols football. That's next right here on the Chase and Big Joe Show, live from the Omni Nashville Hotel here on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the final hour of the Chase and Big Joe show right here on 102.5 The Game live, the Omni Nashville Hotel. Chase McCabe off. He's at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. Dr. Crane sitting in. David James behind the glass. All right, it's time to talk a little college football, which we love, with one of the best around. Let's bring in Ryan Callahan. He's the recruiting editor at GoVols247.com. Ryan, it's so good to hear your voice. How are you, buddy?
Doing well, man. Hope you guys are well.
We are fantastic. All right, the question is, which I'm sure you get asked all the time about the Tennessee Vols, how's the quarterback looking, Ryan?
Yeah. Well, they don't have one technically yet. Haven't decided on a starter. Now, first scrimmage is coming up Saturday, so that's obviously a big step in any preseason competition. That I think it's a key that Josh Heupel has kind of said it this way multiple times. It's important to them to have teammates see the quarterback win the job. I think without saying it there, I think what he's saying is indirectly, very indirectly, we'd like Joey Aguilar to be the starting quarterback. He's been a starter for 2 years at Appalachian State. He's got a track record. He's thrown about 70 touchdown passes in 2 years. We just need him to go show his teammates he's the guy. We can't just hand him the job. So I think that's their preference. They would like Aguilar to win the job. I don't know if there's been just a ton of separation based on practice performance to this point, but Saturday gives him a chance in a live setting to go show what he can do and maybe start to create some separation there. So big step for him coming up. I still would be surprised if anyone other than Aguilar starts the season opener against Syracuse on the 30th, but he's got to go show, back that up and can't just be handed the job. So, they've had some struggles at wide receiver too. That's the problem. Their projected starting 3 receivers have each missed at least 1 day of practice in the first 8 days or so. So not an ideal start to camp when you're having kind of some musical chairs going on at wide receiver around a quarterback battle. You need some continuity there, especially when Tennessee's only got 7 wide receivers on scholarship to start with.
Oh my goodness, that's not good at all. Somebody said, and I thought this was pretty good, that Aguilar doesn't have to be perfect, but he just has to run Heupel's offense like he wants it to be run. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does. Now, here's the thing. The big question about Joey Aguilar, because he's got kind of a gunslinger mentality, and he's shown an ability to make a good number of plays at Appalachian State. Now, obviously not at the SEC level against SEC defensive backs and pass rushers and all that stuff, but he's shown that he can make some really good throws. He's just had the interception total's been a bit too high. And I think Tennessee's belief, and Joey Halsley, Tennessee's offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, kind of talked about this last week. I think their belief is they can coach some of that out of him. And this system that they run under Josh Heupel tends to minimize mistakes in the passing game that way. Joe Milton, even Nico Iamaleava last year, as flawed as he was at times, he took pretty good care of the ball, only threw, I think, 5 interceptions for the year. And Josh Heupel, I think in his time as offensive coordinator and head coach, he's never had a quarterback, a single quarterback that is, throw for more than 8 interceptions in a season. So I think they believe they can coach some of that out of him. And if you can minimize the mistakes, Aguilar's track record suggests he's going to put up some decent numbers along the way. Maybe not, 300 yards a game, but I think they believe they can make some plays in the passing game. And I think they think there's some different things they can do offensively this year, maybe some new wrinkles they can add to that offense to kind of give it a bit of a jump start. They had some SEC teams in particular kind of started to figure out some ways to slow them down a little bit. And Tennessee didn't get to run its tempo at quite the same level the last 2 years compared to 2022. And I think that's made them a little easier to defend. And I also think they've got kind of this identity crisis almost, where they've kind of had to wrestle with how much do we want to play to the defense that's really good versus running this high tempo offense that could potentially, put your defense in a tough spot going back out there after a 40-second drive. How much do we want to do that? But it's made Tennessee a little easier to defend. But yeah, if Joey Aguilar can be the guy that makes that offense run smoothly and do what he's done in the past, I think they believe it's got a chance to be a much better passing game than last year.
I like that. We're talking to Ryan Callahan on the Chase and Big Joe show. Ryan is recruiting editor at GoVols247.com.
Ryan, sticking on the offensive side of the ball, looking at the running back position, obviously the departure of Dylan Sampson to the NFL, what's the temperature like in the backfield for the Vols? Obviously with Josh Heupel's offense, very fast-paced, passing-oriented, but you still got to worry about that running back room.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. You mentioned it there. Like I think that's kind of the perception that everyone's had for so long about Josh Heupel's offense. But when you really look at the numbers, what they really like to do is kind of spread you sideline to sideline and then run it at you. Their run to pass ratio is usually when they're running at an ideal clip and running it the way they want to. A lot of times it's about 55 to 60% run plays when they're really, really operating at a high level in the run game. And they've kind of done that throughout his time at Tennessee. They really, have rushed for 2,500 plus yards each of his 4 years at Tennessee. Dylan Sampson, obviously SEC Offensive Player of the Year, some big shoes to fill. So I think they feel because this offense tends to make things pretty favorable for the run game, really challenges defenses, dares them to put an extra guy in the box at the risk of exposing someone on the outside. I think they feel they're going to run the ball well, but at the same time, I think they're pretty excited about these running backs they have. Deshaun Bishop is a guy that showed some nice things, a year ago behind Dylan Sampson. Had some moments where I think he was, a pleasant surprise to a lot of people with just how good he was. Maybe not as much in the Knoxville area. He was a pretty big name around here at Carnes High School and put up some really big numbers on a team that didn't have a whole lot around him. Still rushed for more than 3,000 yards in his high school career. So, pretty much on an annual basis, I should say, more than 8,000 yards in his high school career. But had a really good career and made people think he could succeed in college. But I think they were still surprised he was that good in the SEC as a redshirt freshman. So I think they think he can build off that. And then Peyton Lewis as a redshirt freshman, or a second-year guy, I should say, really talented guy that I think they feel can be a good complement to him. So not sure there's going to be one bell cow running back there to take over for Dylan Sampson, but those two together, maybe Star Thomas, the Duke transfer, mixed in there, maybe even DeJuan Morris out of Oakland High School as a true freshman. I think he's a really talented guy they're excited about. I think between those four guys, they feel they've got some pretty good options, and I think they're pretty confident they'll be able to run the ball pretty well.
And on the other side of the ball, looking at the defensive front, along with edge rushers, obviously losing James Pierce to the draft, along with Omar Norman Lott. Just what is the temperature there? Is it more of kind of reloading, or are we just kind of relying more on the offense to produce over the defense?
No, I think it's going to be the opposite. I think they feel that this is a team that's going to have a really good defense to lead the way, and that even to the point that I think a lot of people who've kind of track this team throughout the offseason are kind of wondering, is it going to look a lot like last year where they have to lean on the defense a little bit more? Because even though you did lose some big names, as you mentioned, James Pierce, Omar Norman Lott, those were two really good players that did a lot for them and were kind of the key pass rushers on that team last year. Even without those guys, I think you've got a pretty deep defensive line. You've got Joshua Josephs, who has not had the sack production that James Pierce had the last couple of years, but was one of the nation's top graded edge rushers by Pro Football Focus last year. He needs to take that next step as a pass rusher, but he's shown he's a good football player and has gotten a lot of experience the past few years. So you've got him. Behind him, you've got Caleb Herring, a guy they're excited about, another Middle Tennessee native, and then Jordan Ross, a former 5-star coming out of high school that's in his second year in the program. So some talent still, even without James Pierce in the mix. And then some really good defensive linemen still there, and it looks like they're going to start 4 seniors across the defensive line. They like to rotate a lot of guys, but still a good number of veterans in the mix there, and some good players even in the 2 deep, like Tyree West at defensive end, that they're pretty excited about. So I think it's going to be a good defensive line, a good front 7, Arion Carter at linebacker, another Middle Tennessee guy. So they should be really strong on defense, and especially once Jermod McCoy gets back at cornerback. He's coming off an offseason knee injury. Probably going to be sidelined to start the season. We'll see how long, but even without him, they've got some pretty good options in the secondary too. So it's got a chance to be very similar and perhaps even a bit better, they think, internally on defense in some ways, because that was a top 10 defense nationally in some major categories last year. And I think they feel they're just about as good across the board.
Ryan, in 10 minutes, you've caught me up on everything I need to know about the Tennessee Vols. I thank you, but we're not done with you yet, though. Ryan Callahan, the recruiting editor at GoVols247.com. Go follow him. It's fantastic. Ryan Heupel is now entering his 5th year. We talked to him at SEC Media Days. He has a swagger now that I have not seen before. What have you seen in the evolution of Josh Heupel from when he arrived in January of 21 to now August of 25?
It's interesting you say that. I think there is maybe something to that. I think there obviously is some confirmation of what everything they believed they were capable of doing when they got to Tennessee. But I feel like he's also a pretty steady guy. Like, I think he's always had this really competitive drive in him that he's always kind of approached it the same way. He never made any excuses really about inheriting a roster that was kind of a mess in 2021 after the whole Jeremy Pruitt exit and everything that came with that, the NCAA sanctions that they dealt with. But I think, obviously the early success they had, I think some people wondered, okay, you won with essentially Jeremy Pruitt holdovers. Now can you win with your own talent? And last year kind of showed that they're doing that too. So I think there probably is a little more confidence these days, but they feel they've kind of got things moving in the right direction. And I think you're right. He is a guy kind of coming into his own as a head coach. And I think he showed some willingness to evolve last year. I think that's the next thing he's got to show. Can he take that to another level and maybe do some different things? And I think he's shown a willingness to do that by playing to his defense last year when that was, he made lemonade out of the lemons he had. He didn't have a high-powered offense like he's used to in the passing game. He said, you know what, we're just going to double down our defense, play the run game and defense when we have to, and win some lower-scoring games. They did that. And I think this offseason they've made some tweaks to their offense that we'll see how much of a difference it is when we get around to actually seeing games. But I think they feel they've needed to tweak some things, and they've been willing to do that. And yeah, I think there is still a good amount of confidence that this program is on the right track, even though it's been, to a lot of people outside, maybe kind of a tumultuous-looking offseason with Nico Iamaleava's exit.
Absolutely. One more before we go. I know recruiting, Nashville, part of this recruiting, there was a guy here, one of the top tight ends in the country, Carson Sneed, Dawson Christian Academy, decommitted from Tennessee to go to North Carolina. And I'm thinking, why would you leave SEC football to go play in the ACC? But the portal and the money, Ryan, that's changed everything, hasn't it?
It absolutely has. And that's a great example. Like you're saying, this is a guy, not only a Nashville kid, but a kid who grew up dreaming of playing at Tennessee, really. And for him to be going elsewhere, I think shows you there's more to recruiting these days than certainly there was 5 or 6 years ago. One family factor in that ultimately played into his final decision, I think. Dayton Sneed, his older brother, was a wide receiver at Tennessee, left after spring practice and transferred to North Carolina. And when that happened, you kind of had a feeling that was going to be a major factor in the end. Tennessee fought to hold on to him. I think at times felt pretty optimistic that it would work out in the end, but it obviously ends up working out for North Carolina, which under Bill Belichick, looking to get into Tennessee and some surrounding states and have some recruiting success, and they find one there. It's a loss for Tennessee, a guy in state that you'd like to hold on to, but at the end of the day, they've got some talent at tight end, some other guys in this class that they're going to still look at, including a Kentucky commitment, Lincoln Watkins out of Michigan, that they're already pursuing. So I think they'll be okay there. But yeah, that's one in state you would have liked to hold on to. But at the same time, last week they added Joel Wyatt, just a few days before that, the top 50 player nationally out of Oakland High School in Murfreesboro, and still the top 10 class nationally overall. So I think they've come out okay. But yeah, that was one they would have liked to hold on to in state.
Yeah, well done. Ryan, you're the best. Thank you. Again, Ryan Callahan, go follow him, the recruiting editor, GoVols247.com. I'm up to date, Ryan. Thanks to you, buddy. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right,
Thanks,
Ryan
Ryan.
Callahan. I tell you,
he's incredible.
It's like I'm in the locker room because of Ryan, all that caught up right there. We'll take a break. You have a problem, Dr. Crane,
I do.
that the NFL has banned smelling salts.
Yeah, I do have a problem with that.
I find this fascinating. We'll tell you about what's going on. The NFL has banned something, but then they allowed it, which doesn't make sense. It's a crazy story. Dr. Crane will break it down for you next in what we call Dr. Crane's Breakdown, brought to you by possibly you.
Possibly.
This is the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the beautiful Omni Nashville Hotel in downtown Music City. Back with more next year on 102.5 The Game.
Wanna go where
Everybody knows Dr. Crane.
Da, da, da.
Everybody. Are we back?
Yeah, we're
Okay,
back,
good.
baby.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live
And
to
you
Omni.
tell me Chase is the one that signs the autographs. You're over here signing autographs in the
I
lobby.
tell you, we need a security detail. My son-in-law is leaving. Matt, are you gone? Matt's out of here.
See you,
Matt's in
Matt.
town for a convention.
Not Matt Saggio, but Matt.
Matt Landrum. Dad to the prettiest girl in America, my granddaughter. I'm sitting here showing y'all pictures. I never thought I'd be that guy. But
You're
I've
that
been
guy.
showing pictures of my granddaughter left and right. I'm telling you, she is the most beautiful thing on the planet, besides myself. All right, so Matt, be careful. I'll see you at dinner tonight.
See you, Matt.
By the way, Jake, our PA is hanging out.
Yeah,
today.
he is.
So he's really teaching him a lot of kind of stuff that goes on here. All right, so the NFL the other day banned smelling salts.
Right.
And our George Kittle came on NFL Network, was like, he's joking around, but he said he had a problem with it. And then they don't ban him and say you can bring your own smelling salt. It's like, hey, I'm having a party, no beer allowed, but BYOB.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get that. What's going on here?
It sounds like the NFL doesn't want to be held responsible for anything that happens with smelling salts. I think there are some side effects that come along with smelling salts, but yeah, as somebody who used to play football back in the day, get one or two whiffs of it. I think it was a former player or a current player that was on Up and Adams with Kay Adams on her show or whatever, saying I got to have it every other play or like every game or something like that. He says like coffee kind of helps people get ready to go. Maybe it's food or something, but some people it's smelling salts. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Joe, have you ever done smelling salts?
No.
It'll get you going. It'll make your nostrils open up.
I've done it once, but I've not during the game. I never took that.
Before a game, it'll get you eyeballs open wide, ready to go.
Really?
Yeah, it's strong. It depends on the severity of the smelling
So
salts.
why are they? I don't get why they're allowing it. If they're going to ban it, but then they're allowing it.
No. So originally they banned it from what it was reports online. Okay, they banned it. Then probably 4 or 5 hours later, they said we're not banning it. You are just responsible now for your smelling salts.
Okay.
So which leads me to think, and you mentioned this before, what if it's an illegal substance?
I don't know how it would be, but I'm thinking in that vein, how would it, if it somehow could be an energy booster or, something like that, how do you regulate that?
Yeah, like an extra edge to your game. Like it gives an upper edge against somebody else.
Yeah.
Like that's something to worry about. And I don't think it goes to that, degree.
Right.
But still, I'm how do I put this? I'm perturbed that the NFL even thought about getting rid of smelling salts. I'm perturbed due to the fact that, everybody's worried about CTE, concussion, all that. Let the smelling salts go. It's not bothering anybody.
So you think they should stay where they are?
Yeah, just stay where they are. I think the NFL just doesn't want to handle it. They don't want their hands on it, period. They don't want like their team equipment managers holding on to it. They said, if you want them, you bring them on your own bag.
Oh, I would take, this sounds terrible, in junior college and college playing football, I would take before camp 3 no-dos and 3 Tylenol every morning.
What are no-dos?
Basically speed. The things you could it was over the counter.
Yeah.
You could take that because it was like, if you need to stay up and study for an exam, take no-dos.
It's like Adderall.
It was NO-DOZ. And we all took it, man. I know it's not good, but I mean, you needed so.
And you did it before football?
For camp, yeah. Because we had 3 days. I was a long snapper, so we had special teams practice, morning, lunch, and then afternoon practice.
Yep.
I mean, it was just, is it stupid? Absolutely stupid.
Yeah. But it's a part of life, being stupid, because you learn.
I've been stupid a lot, trust me. And then we did that. I mean, and I don't know, looking back, I'm like, did I get any, I don't remember if it gave me any edge or not. Is it the placebo effect? Where you think you're getting something, you're really not getting anything? I don't know how that went.
Maybe. I know for a fact that with the smelling salts, there's no placebo effect. You definitely feel it.
I just don't. I think it's just like, all right, what we need to make it the news cycle today. Let's, what's up, girl? We need to be part of the news cycle today. Let's ban smelling salts.
No.
It just doesn't I don't get it, but you seem to have a problem with it.
Yeah, I do. I just, let it be. Just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
That's my issue.
We have evidently Clay is on the line.
Oh boy.
Clay, our friend, what's going on, buddy?
Big Joe, how we doing?
We're doing well, man. So good to hear from you.
So I figured, as my text said, Joe, I figured y'all were ticked off at me about donuts.
Maybe.
No, you're bring him tomorrow.
In studio?
We're in studio. You're allowed to come in studio tomorrow. Chase isn't here.
Let's go. Let's
not-
rewind when y'all had the question about Cam Ward and stuff like that. Did
Sure.
y'all notice in that interview the way he answered a question, something about something being improved? You couldn't really hear the questions, but you could hear his responses, and he said it was real better.
Okay.
Y'all hear
It's
that?
a grammar thing for you, Joe. He's talking about grammar. Real better.
Oh, I mean,
I
we're
don't
not
think
doing
he
a
took
show.
English
grammar.
101. Yeah, I don't think he took English 101 at University of Miami, maybe.
What the hell does that have to do with anything? You almost hit a lady
you get it, don't
in
you?
Uber and she had to dive into a bush.
I get it.
No, Joe, no diving into the bushes.
All right, we're gonna go to the break. Clay, call back another time. We'll talk to you soon with all that. Hang up on David James. I don't care. I mean, that's
What
just
was
one idiotic call. No wonder Greg Pogue banned you from the airwaves.
Every time he laughs, it scares me. It's like I'm at a haunted
I don't
house.
care what anybody says. Real better. I mean, I don't. That's not
Well, you are a little bit of a grammar police, Joe.
when you're writing stuff.
Sometimes when people speak too.
Not at all.
When people
Not at all.
When people say double negatives, you're
A
quick.
double negative, I'm hopping on that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. If your syntax is there, that's not my game, brother.
Okay.
If you call it ATM machine, added bonus. These are all oxymorons, man. I can't stand them. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm damn right. I'm right.
Yep. 84.
All right. It's the last time I was wrong. Mondale in 84. People don't understand that joke. Neither do I. All right. Time for the break. We'll come back. We'll try to forget that Clay ever called us and much more. We'll talk more about happening in Titans camp today. Our question that we had a question earlier, but it evolved into Cam Ward because if you're just not joining us after or during the end of practice, he fired a football into the middle of a scrum between the Titans and the Buccaneers. Half of you guys said, yay. Other half said, don't do that. Where do you land on this? 615-737-1025, because I land on the side of, I'll tell you when we come back. Right here.
Oh.
Chase and Big Joe Show, 1025 The Game. right, welcome back here to 102.5 The Game, the Chase and Big Joe show. Our great production assistant, Jake, was telling us that the smelling salts, what a guy just texted in, now I can't find it because I am dumb, says, Mitch, thank you for texting in. This is what Jake said here at Omni Nashville Hotel. Smelling salts mask the signs of a concussion. The NFL has to ban the teams providing it.
I don't have a problem with that.
So now you can bring your own.
Yeah.
Aren't you still masking concussions?
Football's football. You're going to get concussed. I know NFL has their big concussion issue that they've tried to, push under the rug for the most part, but football's football. I'm sorry. You're going to get hurt. I've been victim of it. I've been hurt multiple times. I broke a wrist. I've had 4 or 5 concussions. I mean, you roll with the punches. So I get it. It's a massive corporation. They're trying to make sure they're not in the weeds of getting in trouble and all that stuff. I get that.
So why aren't teams banning it then?
They are. That's what that text just said. Teams are banning to provide it. The teams cannot provide it.
So now you bring your own.
Players have to bring their own.
God, this is all so confusing to me.
So that's why I said the NFL they're getting their hands out of it. So the players are responsible for their own smelling salts.
But it still don't defeat the purpose of masking a concussion? Then you have it in there?
But that's the whole thing. The NFL not saving face, but they're saving themselves because if somebody were to go to court about, he had so-and-so concussions and there were no alarms about it. Well, did he take smelling salts? Then that's an upper edge to the NFL in some form of a law.
Well, why don't you just ban it completely?
That's what they tried to do. And then it was redacted because then players started to say, "Oh no, we use smelling salts."
What's happening here, man? I mean, what's going on? I mean, just ban them. If it's that bad, they think it's that bad, then ban them. They ban stick them.
Yeah,
not that bad. Not as bad as smelling salts. NFL ban stick them. Yeah, man.
And it actually helped benefit the game a little bit.
Stick them?
Yeah,
I think stick them was great.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It helped benefit the game.
Yeah, it was disgusting, but it was all over that. So if you're just now joining us, Titans said their joint only one practice with Tampa Bay today. Depending on who you follow, it was the greatest practice ever for the Buccaneers. It was the worst for the Titans, or it was the best Titans practice ever and the worst for the Buccaneers. We don't know. We really don't care. But what we do know, there were some things that stood out today. Some of the receivers look good for the Titans, which is because they should in these drills because the receivers have the advantage of the one-on-ones when you do this. But Jarvis Brownlee, for those that just joined us, he got into a little
altercation.
But isn't altercation when you actually push somebody? He was getting heckled by Buccaneer fans.
Correct.
And tried to go into their tent to confront him, and Titans brass and security stopped Jarvis Brownlee. Now, I've never seen this go that far, but we don't know what was said, right?
Yeah, well, I don't think we know anything about what was said. All we know is that there were videos and pictures that were basically taken and put up on Twitter and all that.
Has Brownlee said anything or at all?
I'll look more. I haven't seen anything for the most part.
And that was the thing. It's like, what would prompt you or provoke you to go into the tent if it's got to be personal? They had to make it personal with them. And I'm sure there might be another with the Titans. Hey, if you're here on the sidelines, don't get personal.
Well, to this report online that is from NFL Premium, it's not an actual NFL account, but it's just whatever. It said, he was heckled, whatever, from second-year corner. And then right afterwards, he laid the big hit on Amir Ibuka, the rookie. So that hit happened after his altercation.
Okay.
So meaning like he got laid out. Remember I said earlier in the show, he got laid out, Amir Ibuka.
Yep.
So I guess that was Brownlee giving his message to the fans.
So during a practice, Brownlee leaves practice to go fight a fan, allegedly.
I guess, or in between a play or something.
That's still during practice.
Yeah.
Man, we thought in practice to go over there. I kind of like the attitude, but I'm a hypocrite because I wasn't a fan. So another incident happened. If you're now joining us, Cam Ward, there was a little tussle at the end of practice.
Through football.
Buccaneers and Titans. Cam Ward even admitted he tossed the football into the skirmish and tried to hit a Tampa Bay player, which I think is absolutely beyond stupid.
Immature. I think that's the best way to describe it. But hey, sink or swim, right?
No, I don't like it. I don't, because we flipped the script. What if Baker Mayfield flung one, hit some of the Titans and something. I mean, you would be fighting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would sink or swim, or either you would be fired, not fired, but like you'd serve some form of like a suspension of some regard,
Right.
or a financial.
I think somebody needs to talk to Cam Ward about this. Like, I get it. Stand up for your teammates, but firing a fastball against a Tampa Bay guy, that's not good.
It's not.
I don't get. You're getting tired, aren't you?
No, I'm not getting tired. It's just like I'm getting very perturbed because the Titans are just there's no control over them. There's really no control. I mean, listen to yourself. Jarvis Brownlee in an altercation. Cam Ward throwing a football at some giant scrum at the practice.
Simmons got a little scrum earlier.
Yes, that was more of a hip toss, but still, it's all training camp. That all happens during training camp and joint practices. That's what you want. You want to see that grit and grind out of your team. But if it's not controlled, then
right.
Who's in charge? That's my issue. Like, is Callahan doing what Mike Vrabel's doing and breaking things up and then getting all bloodied up? No.
Well, we heard Callahan this morning when I was listening to him about how are you going to do practice, and he said, "I'm going to let Nick Holtz call the plays. I'm going to go check out the defense for a while."
I guess he was listening yesterday.
Because we ripped them pretty good. Can you imagine if they did that? I was like, I was listening to the radio and decided to change our practice approach. They would never do that.
Never.
And then he said, "I'm going to come back over in the 2-minute drill." Don't you want your offensive play caller involved in all that? That's the problem with him being a head coach. He's having to go over there and check on the defense. What's he going to tell Denard Wilson?
Nothing.
Come off the edge more. Play more cover two.
I'm
all
telling
out blitz.
I don't think he knows how to delegate, man. Like, just to dictate who to go with, what to do. I think he's got too much on his plate to the point where he's confusing himself. And not only is it confusing himself, it's confusing the quarterbacks.
Well, then he runs over and says, "I'm going to do the 2-minute drill." What if, he gets over there and he hadn't watched any practice and knows that, Cam's had a bad practice so far, or Brandon Allen's lighting him up, or then you go, "Hey, real quick, hey, what did I miss?" And then Nick Holtz is like, "Well, I got a list. I got a list for you here, Brian. Here's what's going on." It's just, there's a lot of moving, chaotic parts to this, which I'm not a fan of.
That's what I'm saying. There's like no control of it. Like, there's no stability. That's it. Not control, stability of the whole situation. That's what bothers me.
But Jarvis Brownlee, though, I got to find out what was said. I got to find out what was said to Jarvis Brownlee.
So then after this is great. I talked about Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons comparison from last season. Does this amount to Jeffrey Simmons comparison with Jarvis Brownlee?
No, he didn't swing anything.
No,
Jeffrey Simmons took a swing in practice.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is, like, he had an altercation, like a mouthing, a mouthing situation after practice with a local media member, and then Jarvis Brownlee does that with a fan. Don't you think there's got to be some form of consequence?
You can talk all day long. You can run your mouth all day long. I don't care. You can run your mouth all day long. When you cross the line, you throw a punch. When the ref told us last year that Jeffrey Simmons, he would have thrown him out of a game,
right?
But you kept him in practice. I knew then. I was like, "Oh, this coach got a lot to learn." You can run your mouth all day long. I have no problem you running your mouth. I got no problem with that. But when you cross the line that you'd get tossed out of the game, you're hurting your team because of that. That's where I got the problem.
You're right.
Now, Brownlee goes, again, I don't know what was said. I need to find out what was said to provoke him like that. What if Brownlee would have gone into that tent and slugged the Tampa Bay fan?
Well,
I mean, come on.
You're without a cornerback.
Then what happens is throughout practice, throughout the NFL, those fans are not allowed on the field. I mean, the repercussions of that are long. Now, I'm not saying that would have happened. I don't know.
Right.
But the fact that he was held back by who?
It said security and Titans coaches. That's what it said online.
That's something else, man. I don't know. Maybe DVD will have more about it this afternoon. I'd love to get Derek Mason's thoughts on this because I'm sure he's been heckled.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, NFL player has been heckled. He played 35 years in the league.
What was that iconic clip with him and Belichick going back and forth? Remember that?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's Belichick's like, "Just shut your mouth, Mason." It's a great clip. All right, we'll come back. We'll wrap up the final segment here at the Omni National Hotel. This is the Chase and Big Joe show right on 102.5 The Game.
to throw. Looks, fires right. It is completed there for another first down. They to Derek Mason. Oh, you Mason. Why don't we talk after the game? All right, just shut the fuck up. Can you look at the scoreboard?
Oh, I love that. Our very own Derek Mason about to bring the heat on one Bill Belichick. It's
Did you hear
so
Derek
great,
laughing
too.
in the background?
That's so great.
I love it.
I've watched that clip 500 times, man. It's just so fun to do that. Welcome back to the final segment of the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel here in downtown Music City. Beautiful show. Really thanks. Vince Gill joined us earlier. Thank you, Vince. And then we had Ryan Callahan from Go Balls 24/7 join us with all that. It's fun. You know, we're in the middle. This is football camp. We still got a few weeks out. 16 days from the first college football game being played. Who's your favorite number 16 there, Dr. Crane?
I mean, the one that comes to mind would be, what's his face? Peyton Manning, your buddy.
Man, 16, that's of course I was 18 with the Colts, but I was 16 up in Knoxville. Joe Montana comes to mind for me, man.
Yeah.
Number 16. So
I mean, Lenore Sellers wears 16.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
He does.
You watch any more of that SEC documentary?
I did. I watched all the way up to the Mississippi State episode, and you know,
I'm at number 5. When's Mississippi State?
I think it's like 6 or 7.
I'm skipping that one.
You know, they come back to Vandy later in that series.
Yeah, because it's
like,
Vandy, Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
I haven't got there yet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I like it. The Brian Kelly thing with LSU, I can't. I've never met him. I know guys who have coached with him, and they like Clark Lee was his defensive coordinator at Notre Dame.
Yeah,
I know coaches that like him. He's just so unlikable. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I can't jive with his fake Louisiana accent. Me and my family.
Yeah.
No, I don't. No,
I don't get. Hugh Freeze to me looked okay. He looked very humbled in this. I think Auburn's not going to be very good.
Yeah.
You don't like Hugh Freeze?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Former Ole Miss coach, you know, just there's a lot of hate there.
Is he the one that had the burner phone
Yeah.
for the
I believe so.
for the ladies of the night?
Mhm.
Hey, ladies! Hey, ladies! Speaking of that, here comes a pedal tavern flying by here downtown
That
Nashville.
guy in a
that way.
no
Behind you.
right there.
Guy, what?
He's in a towel.
Okay, I don't.
What's going on downtown?
I'm not looking at guys.
I'm not-
on a
no,
towel. I'm looking at pedal
Joe.
taverns full of girls that are going by.
You're something else.
What is he doing?
I don't know. What is going on downtown?
He's trying to get attention for something. I don't know.
I don't know. Besides the point, no. Yeah, I watched the SEC doc. It's pretty good. Yeah, Jeff Lebby, man. I pray for him. That's all I can do is just pray for him because he's
So what happened? You fired the Mississippi State coach. You get somebody else. He's still in the same predicament.
no like. As much as I want to say get rid of Jeff Lebby, and I was telling this to your son-in-law that Jeff Lebby's system works in an established offense, works in an established program. He's at Mississippi State. You got to get this back to the bare. It's already at bare bones. You got to work an offense that's going to work with the bare bones. Because what you have to start with, you have to start with your basics of recruiting Starkville High School. Start in your own home pipeline state.
You knew went to Starkville High School?
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown did.
Yep.
Where did you go to college?
He went to Ole Miss.
Right.
He was a
That's not good.
two-sport athlete. Got drafted by the Padres.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, ended up being a really good wide receiver, and the Titans had him, and they decided to go a different way. So
Yeah, I think, it's funny. You watch that documentary. We talked yesterday about Pavia being
the knife's been stabbed twice in me, Joe.
what's the other one?
I'm just saying, he was at the Titans, Titans kid growing up here.
That's
Mississippi
right.
State, Starkville.
Pavia, we talked just about being, public enemy number 1 in the SEC, which is great. But I think they did a real good job finding the stories in the documentary. The Auburn quarterback was very humbling.
Yep.
The Florida story with their quarterback getting injured was very humbling as well. So there's a lot of great. I think they got lucky. There's a lot of. You go behind the scenes the week of Vanderbilt and Alabama.
Oh yeah.
You're at Arkansas the week they beat Tennessee. There's some really good. South Carolina almost beats Alabama. You're with Beamer when they go over there. I think they've done such a great job to move this documentary along.
Don't get me wrong. I had respect for Clark Lee, but watching this and getting more behind the scenes with him, I root for the guy.
Right.
This guy, to me, just has that it factor as a coach. And I'm telling you right now, after Vandy and Pavia, that whole window is over with, there are going to be some Power 4 teams talking to Clark Lee.
I would too.
That dude right there, he could lead a Power 4 team to a national championship.
I wouldn't go that far.
I would. It's the buy-in. He's getting a small SEC team that's not really a powerhouse, or like they say in the documentary, the doormat of the SEC.
Right.
He is the reason why that culture is changing.
You know what? That's a good point, because you watch and see now his speech before the Bama game. There's no way they were going to lose that game.
No.
And they almost beat Texas. They almost gave the same speech, almost beat Texas, but they go down and needed to beat Auburn. I mean, they just punched Auburn in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn is a physically better football team than Vanderbilt, but on that Saturday, Vanderbilt was much better. And you hear Clark Lee give the speech. He's talking, and you see that behind the scenes. He's dropping a few choice words, which I don't mind. You know, how about my language?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, hell yeah, man, this is great. And so I've got the Clark Lee we saw at SEC Media Days, who gets up there all prim and proper Vanderbilt, is a 180, what you see on the documentary.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's exactly what you want to see in a head coach, though, is when you go behind the scenes and you go into a locker room and you see that he wants to be a part of that locker room. He has immersed himself into that culture. That's what you want, man. That's exactly what you want. You going to cry on me? You okay?
No, I don't want to be a spoiler alert, but when they walk in, Jovan Hay gives Clark Lee the game ball after the Auburn, because they're both eligible. It's pretty strong, man, because you see the emotion in Clark Lee. Because
tears up a little bit.
Because Chase and I put him on the hot seat last year. And
that's right.
I told Kevin Ingram when you talked to Clark, because he would before us tell them we're sorry. And we told Clark at SC Media Days, we're sorry. He's like, I get it. Everybody was.
Yeah.
In fact, he says in the documentary, like, I started to have little doubts.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
So they're a race now. And you got Pop. Get to another bowl game. Give me 7-5, 8-4. It's not bad.
Listen, if they can somehow win 8 or 9 games this year, that'd be impressive.
Now you're off tomorrow. Where are we going?
Can't really say. Oh, you know what? I'll say it. Happy birthday to my dad. He's 60 today. So shout out to my dad.
What's your dad's name?
Tony. I would just say thank you very much for being my dad. He's been a very nice guy to me, and he's, always kept me in the right light.
Like the Godfather. Never apologize for your family.
I'm not apologizing. Right? I'm just thanking
Tony
my dad.
Frazier.
Yeah, I always bring light to my mom, my grandma, and my deceased grandfather. But my dad does a lot behind the scenes that goes just not accounted for. So I just want to say thank you to my dad. I love you very much. Happy birthday. And to his twin sister, my Aunt Tanya. So they're twins.
Did he ever, when you were a youth, take that belt off?
No.
He said, boy.
No. No.
Boy.
No, not at all. But yeah, no, I'm be off tomorrow, so can't really say where.
Where are you going?
I can't. It's surprising my dad.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Surprising my dad.
Dad, you're going to go see Vince Gill tonight at the Ryman. So
dang it, Joe.
I know. I pulled some strings. I called Vince. He's like, yeah, I'll get you some tickets to the thing tonight. So you're good to go with that.
Oh, man.
All right. Thanks. About anything you want to add?
No, just appreciate everybody listening. Always enjoy the great feedback. And, I'll be back next week behind the producer's chair with you and Jace McCabe.
What did you learn from the show today?
I learned that the Titans need to have some form of guidance. Maybe they need to add another coach to their long roster, maybe a guidance counselor or a therapist of some regard. That's what I learned. Also learned a lot about technology here. Let's see what I learned about Joe Dubin today.
My son-in-law.
Yeah, learned about your son-in-law.
Nice guy.
Learned that you're a great guy too.
A great guy. How many pictures of my granddaughter have I shown you today? 50?
Probably 6. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, if you haven't bought Joe Dubin's new book, go buy
Stop it.
It's really good. Nashville, we still love you.
Nashville, we still love you.
We do.
Despite all the faults that we're seeing now that we, put in our eyeballs, it's a great place. Nashville was a great place to grow up.
Indeed.
But any place should be a great place to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
You should make it that way.
It's about the memories you make, man.
By the way, my book's doing really well.
And I noticed. That's why I'm pumping it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you for that. All right, DVD's up next. As we leave the show every day with our message to our guys out there, mental health, we are so honored to be partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care to help you guys out. You can go to unitypsych.com/Big Joe. And our message to the guys out there, please talk to someone. We know there's a lot of dark clouds around. You go through some things, but I'm telling you, our world is a better place because you are here. Please visit unitypsych.com/Big Joe. Their information, there are people, professional people to help you. So many of y'all have reached out over the last 2 years. We so appreciate it because, again, our world is a better place because you are here, and we love you guys. Know that we love you, and more importantly, more than anything else in this world, God loves you. DVD's up next. Thanks, guys.